Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well and I've had another good week, and in the eyes of the sport photographers, another good couple of weeks, because I must apologise, I've not had a sport video out for a few weeks. When I went to Greece to obviously see the aircraft flying through the hills and that, and go for exercise Ramstein flag. I know not all of you are aviation fans, but I put a video out and I had all intentions to put the aviation video out on the Wednesday and then keep sport rolling, even though I had a week off, international week, I didn't have a game. Keep some sort of sport going every Friday, but I just hadn't had time, so it's been a couple of aviation videos for the last couple of weeks. But we're back into the sport again, and I was at Lincoln City again at the weekend. More about that in a minute, but yeah, it was a fantastic game. Good to get my eye back in on the game. Only had 1 week off, but it's surprising you have 1 week off the game or 1 week off sport, and I had my eye on the aviation scene. Although it's similar settings, you still sit at pitch side, and it's been a couple of weeks, and you get a few bits of doubt. I don't know if you do, but cool, I've not done this for a few weeks. I'm out of kilter a bit, and yeah, soon got my eye back in, and I had to get my eye in really quickly because the first goal, Lincoln goal, was on 48 seconds. But anyway, according to my time it was. But anyway, yeah, it was a great game. So let's dive into the set. Without further ado, let's jump into the laptop. Right, well, yeah, it was a fantastic game, and I knew it would be. Birmingham are flying at the minute, and yeah, it was Lincoln v Birmingham at Sincil Bank, my second team, if you like, Lincoln City, and I'm there again this weekend coming, which is fantastic. So 3 weekends on the trot for me, so I ain't got to go far, about 50 minutes, and it's great to go to my hometown, you know. And I did miss all the Lincoln City games and that, and just being around Lincoln when I was down on the south coast. So yeah, it's great to do some games at Lincoln City. But anyway, yeah, visiting team was Birmingham, and I know they're on a flyer, so I opted to do Birmingham attack first half. And what I did on the last game at Lincoln City, I can't think who they were playing now, Leyton Orient. I think Leyton Orient won the toss, or one of the, obviously, it was either Orient or Lincoln, one of them obviously won the toss. Anyway, the teams swapped, so I got caught out, and I wanted to do Lincoln City first half, so I had to fly after they'd swapped to the other end. Well, I didn't get caught out this time. I hung about, I left all my kit right next to the dugout, and then when the referee had done the coin toss, I noticed that both teams were staying where they were, so I flew to the Birmingham end. I wasn't even set up. Luckily, I was carrying my 400, and I could hear the crowd. I was trying to keep an eye on play. I could hear the crowd go loud and then quiet, and I thought, what's going on? And I was just sitting down on my stool, on my Minimax, as Lincoln scored the first goal on 48 seconds. You'll see it in a minute. Settings were all wrong. I had to take a lot of... It was so underexposed, but yeah, managed to send a couple of images off, and yeah, it was all good. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Let's get back in. Let's get into the game. So, right, got there nice and early this time. Got some nice shots of the ground, as you can see here. Nice empty ground. And then outside, I do love trying to get, you know, pre-game stuff and fans arriving. Try and find a quiet corner or a quiet side of the ground or some public footpaths or something, just to set the scene. And I quite like this one. Couple of lads coming on. Made a difference because he had his Lincoln colours on. Another chap here, look, sat on the fence. Thought he's a bit soft, but I'm only at 2.8 here, look, so wanted these two boys to stand out, and they're walking towards me. Nice pot of flowers, look. This is round the side of the ground, this is, side of the stadium. Obviously just been refurbed recently, but so got them walking towards me, and it had been raining all day on the Friday, and the Saturday morning it was wet. And so I thought, right, think outside the box and try and get some reflections. Didn't get the ones I wanted, but got these two Birmingham fans in portrait and got them with a reflection, just walking past the puddle. And then I always try and think outside the box, always try to be different and get different frames. And I really am challenging myself now, because I'm obviously back there again this Saturday for the third time in a row. So I really am going to be pushing outside the box and trying to find something different for my pre-game stuff anyway. So yeah, I was just looking around, saw this fan with his Lincoln City hat on, and he actually saw me and he was smiling at me, and I said, oh, you couldn't just hang about a minute just while I get a shot of your badge? And I made sure I got a shot of him as well, and smiling away, and then I just zoomed in onto his badge and just got that, and just something different, you know. And then I went back to the puddle later on, hoping, what time's this? This is with an hour to go. Yeah, this is 2 o'clock, look, so an hour to go. I was hoping there was going to be more colour and more fans streaming past this puddle, but it's a nice reflection, but there's not a lot of colour and not a lot of fans there really. But it sets the scene, and I sort of got what I wanted. So and then I went inside for warm up. Oh, just as I was going in, I caught this chap checking out the team sheet. Now he saw me bend down and he started smiling and laughing. I said, "Oh, if you wouldn't mind just looking serious, because I want it to look natural," and gave him a couple of seconds just to compose himself. Got his coffee there, look, and yeah, he pretended he was. Well, he was looking at the team sheet as I came up to him. This is just right next to the press room door, so yeah, just managed to snap that. Interesting how he'd got hold of a team sheet. Not sure how, whether they were handing them out, but anyway, in we go into the ground. Wanted to try and use the light to my advantage a bit, and I had to take a little bit of shadow out of these players, but nice low angle, just tippy-tappy, warm up, and then the same here. I was using the sun this time, so I was obviously facing the other way, and 3 Birmingham players warming up here. Just again, nice and low, and as probably with all your camera bodies, it's great on the I think I'm on the R5, am I? On the R5, on the wide angle. I'm at, what am I at here? 15mm look, so I'm right out. Folded the screen out, and I'm just using the screen. I'm looking down at the screen and just firing away. You know, getting the camera as low as I can. I'm not looking for, I quite often, I don't use the viewfinder a lot. I use the screen, so you can get your camera, almost touch it on the floor, fold the screen out, and use that to your advantage. That's what it's there for. So yeah, that's how I got that one. Obviously I burst and then chose the best frame. Just the referee and his 2 assistants warming up here. Quite like that one. Nice little composition. And then noticed that the Lincoln manager was out, so just getting some different shots of him, you know. This could be dejection, it could be a reaction from something, but yeah, quite like that one. And then he looks like he's thinking there, look, so again, another frame to go with a different story to that one perhaps. So got the manager covered now. And here we are, look what we're on. 3 o'clock and 48 seconds. And he scored, look, quite a good goal as well, and caught everyone off guard. Lincoln were straight out, flat out, and no one was expecting it. I certainly wasn't. I thought Birmingham were going to run away with the game, but I mean they did sort of in the end, but I think it was 3-1 in the end. But yeah, so Lincoln scored on 48 seconds. Well, at least that's what my clock says. It might be a bit different into a minute, but yeah, I hadn't even got anything set up. I'd literally lifted the 400 up, shot away, and managed to get some frames. Got him running away, look, and his team celebrating. And then this is who scored, number 9, so just got 1 or 2 of him celebrating. And then I always try and get quite a few for the ref, because as you know, Shutterstock have got the EFL contract, and we try and get as much as we can of referees, because they go all over the place. And this has ended up on the let's just show you quick, ended up on the EFL referee appointments page again this week. I'm setting myself a target now to see how many I can get, but it's nice to get as much of the referee anyway as you can. But obviously I've got other things in mind, and yeah, it worked out perfect, and there he is. So I was really chuffed with that. It's just a case of getting a frame that can be a nice landscape, a nice 16:9 or even 16:8 really in this case, because well, it's probably a 16:9 that they've used there. Look, but yeah, so quite chuffed with that. I shall keep firing away at the ref and trying to get as much as I can of him. And again, bit of reaction here from the ref. You don't know what story's going to come out. So always fill your boots and get as much of the ref as you can. He might have a bad game or whatever, and you know you've got quite a few frames to go along with that story. Here's Birmingham's goal. They scored on 13, look, 3:15. Nice. He's a little bit blocked. He's being grabbed by this Lincoln player here, look, but got the goal nicely. And obviously that's cropped in a bit on the 300, on the R3, sorry. What am I at? 200mm, and I've got to crop the frame in a bit, but just pulled out a bit here, look, and then again here, and he didn't celebrate at all, because I think they were in shock that they were 1-0 down. He didn't celebrate. He shot, he scored, he ran straight off. I stayed on him for a little bit, and I could sense he wasn't going to celebrate. He was just going to run straight back to the centre. So I turned on to the fans and got this Birmingham fan. He was proper shouting out, and I quite like that frame. And you can see that it's quite a sunny day. shining off his face, look. But oh, the old Pambler, the standard Pambler, I always try and go for one. As you know, I've got that second lot of settings and it's set on my back button, so I'll hit that as I'm panning with a player. It takes me settings down. You can see them here, look. ISO 320, aperture 29, shutter speed 1/30th, and yeah, it gives me a... He wasn't sprinting that fast, so it's not that blurry, but it's okay. The ball's nice and like a spinning top, look, so you know that it's going, and can't see the crowd, and his head's nice and sharp. That's what I tend to go for. The head has got to be as sharp as possible, and then I'll send it off. So yeah, that's my Pambler for this week. Always try and send one. Now, I was a bit dubious whether I was going to send this or not, because as you know, I don't like backs, nor do any of the desks really. Backs don't really sell, they don't tell a story, unless you can tell who's just scored, and I have sent off a player's back, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the fact that you can see an eye, as long as you can see one eye, I'll reckon to send it. And it had a little bit of relevance. What's this? This is another 10 minutes after they'd equalised, and they were all over Lincoln by this time, so you can get the story that's coming. He had a great shot, and I think the keeper saved it. It was a great save from Lincoln keeper, put it wide, and then that's why I've sent that, because I've got a nice reaction shot from 3 of the Birmingham players. Look, they're reacting to him missing, so I thought, yeah, I'll send both them. So sent them off, and just put reaction after his shot is saved, something like that. And then just keeping an eye on the bench. Say it every week. Always keep that eye on the bench. You never know what's happening. Try and get some sort of reaction from both managers. A bit of reaction from the 4th official here, look. Again, you don't know if by the end of the game the ref's had a bad game and it's all about time and wasted time. So he's pointing at his watch here, look, and he's actually shouting to the Birmingham manager. The watch is stopped, don't worry. So yeah, I got one of the 4th official. Bit of reaction from a player. It all counts, it all adds into the pot. Now then, this one, probably a Marmite frame. Let me know in the comments what you think to this one. I always try and get a frame like this. Obviously it's quite heavily edited. I've took the exposure right down because I knew that the light was coming from behind him. He's backlit. It's obviously the Lincoln keeper. You can just see some gloves here, look. He's obviously watching play. Now, I perhaps would... I'm on the verge of not sending this, but because you can see his eye, look, and you can see his facial features, and that's obviously the most prominent part of this image, that and his shoulder, I like it, and I sent it off. Just something totally different. Use the light to your advantage, and I was looking at this, and I could see it. I could see the light was playing its part. I would just wonder if I can find the actual image that I sent. Let's have a look in. No, I think let's just have a look through here. I don't know if he's even in there, is he? Where is he? He's not in there. It's because it's not tagged. Let's go to the raw images, what I call raw, and see if I can find it, and you'll see how I've altered it. Let's have a look. I don't know if it's here, you know. Is it? Oh no, let's just look for all. Let's go to all. These are all the tagged images that I've saved throughout the match. I just want to show you what it looks like before I edited it. I should have saved it, shouldn't I? I don't know if I can see it. That's full time. Do you know what? I bet I haven't saved it now after all this. It should be here somewhere. It should be sticking out, shouldn't it? Where the heck is it? Do you know what? I'll have to try and put it in when I edit the video together, because it is that it? No, that's not it, but that's similar. That's a similar. Why isn't it there? That's a bit odd. It should be there. It's similar to that one, so you can see how much I've edited it. Let's just go in on that then. You can see how much I've edited it. But you can see the light on his face. It was probably a little bit darker than this because I used my exposure compensation to whack it right down. I will find it and I'll put it up now. If I don't find it now, I'll put it up. But that's what it looked like. And of course, because this is all overexposed and his face is overexposed, I've took it all down to make that exposure correct, and it's blackened out the rest of the image. But anyway, you get the picture. Anyway, let's get back to the set. Oh dear, not quite the usual flow in video, but anyway, yeah, What time's this? This is just before half time. A stonking shot. Beat the keeper by miles. And I was already on the keeper. And I've got him beating it. And hit the post, didn't it? Hit the post and went out. But yeah, I quite like that. Come out quite nice. Keeper's nice and sharp anyway. So sent them off and just said, can't think who it was. Edmondson, I can't remember his name now. Williamson. Hit the post anyway. So right, we're into the second half now. Not quite. Bit of argy-bargy, look. And yeah, we're still with the backlit, so it's still the first half. Just a bit of action, really. Right, now we're into the second half. And then 10 past 4, look. Birmingham get second goal and make it 2-1. So it's 2-1 Birmingham now. Got a nice sequence of his goal going in. Again, what am I at? I'm at 200, look. So I've got plenty of room to pull out a bit and crop out. Nice goal. And there's the back. Very rare that I'll send something in like this. But it was such a good celly, and he got such a lot of height when he was celebrating. And you can see number 18 and you can see Williamson, that I thought, yeah, I'll send it off. And you can see all the glumness of the Lincoln City fans, all the dejection. Although they're soft, you can still see it. And I sent that off, and I think one of the Birmingham papers used it. But because it's got Williamson and it's clear. Apart from that, I wouldn't ever send players backs because they don't really sell, but they're not really appealing to online or anything. But yeah, I sent that one off, and I did see it used somewhere. But that's an exception. You can see 18, you can see Williamson, and you know what's happening. You can look at that image. You could show that image to anyone, and they would say he's celebrating, obviously. So yeah, sent that in, and then this is him who scored. Look, just 2 or 3 celebrations, and then I don't know. In the comments below, let me know what that is. Is it one of the lads in the press room said it's some sort of sponsorship, and they do that to make more money? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what that means. But anyway, I shot it, and I think that's the one that ended up on the BBC report. But and again, just keeping an eye on the bench and letting the viewer know that looking at the set that it's bright and the sun's setting. And anyway, it was 2-1. Lincoln City get a penalty, and this was the turning point in the game. It was saved. Allsop saved it, and it was a great save as well. But it was a left footer, so I'd have guaranteed he was going to go right-handed, and he did. So he saved it, and Lincoln City got their heads down then, and Birmingham took advantage. He scored. I was blocked for the goal, but then he did turn round, and although it's a player's back again, I've got a nice celly here, and I'm not sure if I think it was a back heel from Williamson, but anyway, they're all celebrating, look, so sent that off, and 1 or 2 others. It's a nice celebration. You know that Anderson scored because that's in the caption, but just thought I'd send this off. He's going mad, look, number 13, celebrating. He's got his arm up, his finger up, so yeah, sent that in as a celly. And then we're getting late on in the game now. What's this? Yeah, 4:45, almost time. And he's still giving notes to the players. I think it was Anderson. Is it Anderson? Yeah, Anderson, he scored. That's the goal scorer. He went down injured. Stayed just on the pitch, look interesting. So referee stopped the game. Players are crowding around the manager. So I just looked up and saw the dugout. Saw that he was coming out with his pen and pencil, giving the players some instruction. So snapped it and sent it off. Now, you can just see the Lincoln City manager's eye here, look again. But it's quite a telling picture. All this empty space is his thoughts a bit empty. You know, how do you read into this image? And I quite like it. You can just see that that's the Birmingham manager there. Look, Birmingham fans here. And I've just left all this spacing because he just looks a bit lost. Looks a bit dejected. And I think I just put Lincoln City manager looks dejected as the clock ticks away to full time, you know, and he's just looking down at the floor. And it's not the best image of the ref, but you know, you can read what's happening here. He's looking dejected. And then a couple more reaction from the Birmingham bench, and then back to the Lincoln City manager. It's getting near full time now. I wanted to get him looking at his watch, and he tapped his watch face. Perfect timing. And yeah, just watching some, you know, I captioned it something like Lincoln City watches time tick away as full time approaches. And then again, all the Birmingham fans, all shading their eyes, just wanted to tell the viewer, add to the set that it's a really bright sunset sort of afternoon. And here we go then, full time. Bit of dejection from the Lincoln City fans, Lincoln City players. And one of the Birmingham players helping him up. Thought that was quite a nice gesture, so sent that off. And then I think really the Birmingham keeper was man of the match, really. The game changed after he made that penalty save. So I went straight onto him, and I was watching how the players were going to react with him. And it was a good guess. and they all went round him and crowded round him and were celebrating with him, and yeah, all celebrating, and he had a good time with all the players at full time, hugging everyone. But it was quite a decent win in the end, and so that's from where I was sat, and then they were all going towards the Birmingham fans. Obviously, what time's this now? 57 looks, so whistle's gone ages ago. So I ran down to the Birmingham fans as well. Didn't quite get in front of them, but I got to the side and I got these images. So it's always good. If you know you're not going to affect anyone and you're at a ground where you can move quickly after full time, run down to the other end. It's not going to harm, and you can get a lot more images of the away team, or whichever team it is that's won. You can get more images, and got some nice images, nice frames of the manager celebrating with the fans, and more celebration with the goalkeeper, look, and then thumbs up from the manager. He's obviously clapping his hands, and yeah, just a nice way to finish off, and it was worth it running down to the other end. If you can get away with it at a ground, and you know you've a good chance of getting some more celebration images, sprint down to the other end quick, and as long as your kit's going to be safe enough, you know. And there's the captain celebrating again. I would have liked to have been further round so it was celebrating towards me, but you know what he's doing, he's celebrating here, so just some nice shots of that. And then they were all cheering and laughing, all the Birmingham fans, got them all looking and smiling. And then I turned and got some Birmingham fans, because it was a great atmosphere. He had his big flag out, look, so I got that, and then they all wanted a shot then, so I was just picking fans out and shooting away, and this is just a select few that I got. And then this young un, look, with his dad, and then that one to finish. So yeah, a good game, and it was a great atmosphere. To be fair, the Lincoln City fans never stop. It's great to hear, and I feel like I'm at home when I'm at Lincoln City for some, you know, it's my home team, and yeah, it's good to go, and I'm looking forward to going there again this week. We've got this week Stockport, I think, this week, so should be another good game, because I think Stockport are quite high up in the league, so I'll probably end up going Stockport attack first half, but we'll see. After Lincoln City taking advantage and scoring the early goal, which end do I go? I don't know, but anyway, job's a good one. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I say, if I'm going to do any more aviation or landscapes, because I need to get out there and get some autumn colour before it all goes, I'll try and do them videos on a Wednesday night so I can keep up with the sport on the Friday. Because I know you guys, as I do, I like to catch up on certain sports videos on a Friday night, just to get your mind in gear and get you buzzed up for the weekend for your sports stuff. So yeah, I'll try and keep the sport on a Friday going forward. But yeah, let me know where you are this weekend, guys. Anyway, fingers crossed we have some better weather and there's no rain, because I know it's been blooming wet this last week, so hopefully we'll have a dry weekend. And yeah, job's good, and let us know where you are. Have a great shoot, and don't forget to post all your favourite images on the Facebook group Photography Chat. If you're not on there yet, come and join us. Show us all your work, not just sport, it can be anything. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I got quite a good variety. We, the group, got quite a good variety of the other stuff that you guys photograph. So keep that coming in, because it's great, whether it's, I've said before, portraits, motorsport, totally away from motorsport, whether it's modelling, black and whites, street photography. Post it all in. Let's get lots of variety and get lots of comments and lots of chat going. It's all about Photography Chat. So yeah, send in all your stuff, not just sport. It's a Facebook group for everyone to send all their images in and all your questions. No question is silly on the Photography Chat page. And again, I don't mind if you've got some gear to sell. Just let me know that you're going to sell it and put it on. I see all the posts that come up. If you've got some gear to sell and you're upgrading, get it on there. I know my good mate Steve, who I go plane spotting with. I went to Greece with him. He's selling his 100, 400 at the minute. So if you're in for one of them lenses, check it out. It's a great price, and he's got a couple of 7Ds, I think, as well. But yeah, if you've got any gear to sell, get it on the Photography Chat page, and you know, another way of just helping you guys out. But anyway, job's a good one. I'll look forward to your comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Have a great weekend, guys. Catch up next week. Job's a good one.